right? So the sword is going to be upon your head, man. Right? It says, then whosoever hears the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. Right? So the blood is going to be on your head if you don't come back to your God. Right? If you don't keep these laws, statutes, commandments. Right? These blood, this famine, this pestilence is going to be upon your own head. It says, he heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. So, right, if our people taking warning and listening to this, right, this soul is going to be delivered. Right? If you don't listen to these words, right, and you understand that this so-called Bible is for you, right? This is not a religion, right? This is not a history. This is a history book about our people, about God's chosen people, right? This book ain't for everybody, right? This hand should not be in a book of all these other nations, right? It reads, he heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. But if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people not be warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away from his iniquity. But his blood will I require at the watchman's hand. Right? So the blood not going to be on my hand. Man. If you so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans don't understand this word, right? Don't understand that this Bible is for you, right? The blood is going to be on your hand and not mine. Because I'm telling you who you are. Right? I'm shaking their hand. Right? I'm telling you that y'all got to repent and keep God's commandments as an Israelite. Right? Not as a nigger. Not as an African American. Not as an Afro American. Not as being colored. Not as being a Negro. By your true biblical nationality as a Hebrew Israelite. Right? From the true nationality that was stripped from you from slavery. Right? So we got to come back to these laws, man. Right? Salvation is not promised to everybody. Salvation is only for the Israelites and those 1/3 of the Israelites who's keeping God's commandments. Right? The Christian church ain't gonna teach you this. You're not gonna get this truth in the Christian church. All you're gonna get is that nasty ass handkerchief from your pastor. Right? He's gonna pass the cleaner around. He's gonna take your money. He's gonna take your dollar. You got Creflo take your dollar. Right? All he's gonna do is buy him a jet. These other churches, they pimp you out of your money. They're gonna pass the green around. They're gonna buy them a Cadillac, and they're not gonna tell you your nationality according to the Bible, man. Who are you, so-called black people? What's your nationality? What's your language? What land do you come from? Your history is in the Bible. Wake up to your God-given nationality. Wake up to your God. Who is your God? What's his name? Hey, sisters. Hey, sisters in the pink. Hey, sisters in the pink. Hey, sisters right here. Y'all sisters believe in the Bible? Y'all sisters, y'all believe in the Bible? If I ask you your nationality, what would you tell me? Your nationality. If you fill out a job application, what would you put down? Your nationality, you put down Jesus as a nationality. That's not a check mark what you check out, sister. That's not a Jesus.
Well, the white man won't be put black Afro American.
Exactly. So that's what I'm asking. What does America call you?
Black Afro American.
Exactly. That's three different nationalities. But you ask the so-called white men, these other nations, they're gonna say they Irish, they're gonna say they Italians, right? So what I'm trying to tell you, sister, what I'm trying to tell a lot of people is that our nationality was stripped from us. Right? You wouldn't be black, you wouldn't be an Afro-American, you wouldn't be colored. You would be God's chosen people, an Israelite that you read about. These Israelites that you read about in the Bible, these are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Americans. We are God's chosen people, right? And the reason why all these things are happening in America right now, plagues, pestilences, famines, you hear about Iran, you hear about Russia, all of these things are happening because our people are waking up to their true biblical nationality as Israelites, right? That's why you hear about these plagues. That's why you hear about coronavirus. That's why you hear about monkeypox, right? It's prophesied in the book of Ezekiel and the book of 2nd Ezra that these things are going to happen. That's going to come upon the earth. And that's how we know we're closer to the end, Right? Our people got to come back to keeping God's commandment. And the only reason to be saved, the only way to be saved from the message that's coming to America is to know that you
What do you call that thing there?
are what?
That moon.
It's a moon.
It's a fact.
Oh, who?
A fact by the police.
Where's that in the Bible, sister?
No, it's on the draft. They draft it.
The new moon, the
Legal
new
insurance policy.
the new moon is a feast day, sister. We're supposed to keep
That
the
is
moon.
that is a man-made
The moon is man-made.
yes, that's not real.
The moon is not real. Is the sun real?
No.
The sun is not real.
Yeah, you can bring color. Okay, I gotta go.
All right, so you got to repent as an Israelite, keep God's commandments. Right? A lot of people are destroyed, man. Right? How is the moon and the sun not real? These things have elements. The sun has elements. Right? The sun actually gives off heat, radiation. Right? The sun does not go away. Right? The sun cannot be destroyed. You hear this, man? This is folly. Right? See, the sister just said that the sun and the moon is not real. How she believes that, I don't know. Let me bring this out, man. Let me bring out the classic. Book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6. It says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Right. Sister destroyed for lack of knowledge. She's talking about this, the moon is not real. That is man-made. Well, how is it man-made, sister? How is the moon made? How does a man get up there and create a moon? When was the moon created? She said that the sun was created by man. How did a man go up there and create the sun? How? How did a man create the sun? If a man created the moon, how do we not know how to get up there? Right, this is madness and wickedness for my people. That's why the Lord said in Hosea 4 and 6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. Right, the Lord rejected her, man. That's why she don't know. She believed that the so-called white man created the moon and the sun. Because the Lord rejected her, man. Right? I'm sorry, I was just talking to the sister. She was just telling me that, that the sun and the moon were created by man. I'm like, sister, how was it created by man? There's no way that.
No way possible.
They don't
have a crane to put it in the sky. They make are made with cranes.
The so-called white man still trying to figure out how to get to the moon through these days.
Right. So if they made it, how do they not know?
Exactly. How they still trying to figure out stuff about the sun?
Well, I'm done with everything to drive something with the drive.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a few more commandments.
So what time are you closing at your message? So release you feel like you did. I'm only asking for you. I don't know if it's supposed to be asking. I think I got 20 minutes on each. I think each one started at the same time, so that's 20 more minutes until my class is done. But I still can't leave, so I'll take my auntie. So that was out there question for her. My auntie got a lot of here. At least to drop off his stuff.
I'm not ready for the Lord to.
Okay.
This book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 16. It says, and if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. So if a man is talking to you and he's trying to get with you, when you lay down and he lay down with you, that's your husband, according to the Bible. And that just prevents a lot of, baby mama drama, a lot of
baby mama, baby daddy drama.
Baby mama, baby daddy drama, a lot of STD. Because if a man gets the time to take the time to know you, and he ain't gonna be going around, He's not going.
But she's interested in you and on you.
Right.
You're interested in him and on him.
Right. That's why I say that's what I read in the book of Sirach 37:15, that you should be with a godly man that's keeping the commandments, because the man of the Lord is keeping the commandments. Like he's not gonna have a just because y'all get into an argument or a miscommunication, he's not just gonna help and leave you and the kids.
Right.
He gonna take care of you. Like, cause back then they was taking care of the kids and the women, and they just wasn't helping and leaving. So the next man that you get, right, you want to make sure that you know him, that you know that he gonna take care of you, he gonna be with you, and he keeping the commandments, and so he won't just be dipping off and you stuck with, you know, saying multiple children, right? Lord said, and that's marriage. Like marriage is not this whole, you know, ceremonial thing where, you know, like I said, it's okay if you want to get, you want to give you a ring, but marriage is having sex with somebody is very sacred and honorable. Right? The book of Hebrews 13:4, it says, marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. For whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge. Right? So if you out here being a whoremonger, if you just with men that's out here sleeping with women, from women to women,
and women sleeping from man to man,
right? God gonna judge you. Right? Now, if you repent, turn back from doing these wicked things, then the Lord is gonna block that all the way. Just like you, sister, you come back to God, you start keeping the Sabbath day, you start putting on the dress, you start keeping the commandments. The Lord is He's gonna forgive you, and He's gonna have mercy on you, and He's gonna start to open up your eyes to better things. I'm gonna read you a few more commandments.
I trust that. I believe it.
I'm gonna read you a few more
Without
commandments.
you saying, I believe it. You know, just confirming it.
Yeah. I'm gonna read it to you after the Bible.
That's why I did what I did tonight about letting that ride go.
Here's another commandment. Numbers 15:38. It says, "Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue." You know what a fringe is?
Explain. I kind of know, but I'm going to paraphrase.
So these are fringes. He's going to tell you what it's for. It says, "And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue." That's why you see the ribbon of blue. I'm going to tell you what it means. It says, "And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that you may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them, and that you seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which you used to go a whoring." Because after, you know, we used to go and be in an idolatry and doing all these wicked things, but if we look upon these, and I'm like, oh man, I got my fringe on, I can't eat pork.
Yeah.
Oh man, I want to celebrate my birthday. Look at your
The
face.
reminder.
Reminds a physical
Like they
reminder,
use the
like
cross
damn.
as a reminder.
Huh?
Like the Christians use the cross
Right,
as a
but
reminder.
the cross is idolatry.
I know, I said
Yeah.
the Christian use the cross
Yeah.
as
So they
a
look at
reminder.
they cross and they do like this, but that's idolatry. The
Right.
Lord said, don't deal with that cobblestone. Don't deal with those.
Yeah, we already said that I was kind of, some of it wasn't right.
Right.
I'm
So
just
basically,
trying to-
so let me show you who the real Christians were. Right. It's a book of. Hey, bro, you got 2 minutes to learn your nationality, brother? Right. Let's look at Acts chapter 11, verse 26. It says, "And we have found him." These are the apostles. "And we have found him." He
No,
brought
I'm sorry. It's
Go ahead.
Romans before or after Acts.
before Acts.
Dr. Got to put his mouth with a go.
Yeah. Let me give you a Bible too.
Okay.
It says, "And when he had found him, he brought him unto Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church and taught much people, and the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch." So the disciples were the first Christians, and what the disciples were just followers of Christ. So the Christians were Israelites. Not everybody, like the Christian church, they say, oh, these white people like to say that they're Christians. And no, the Christians were the apostles, right? They were calling themselves Christians because they were followers of Christ, right? So those are a few commandments, like I told you, sister. No talebearing, no backbiting, no celebrating no more birthdays, Christmases, Thanksgiving, St. Patrick's Day,
So
Mother's
if
Day.
we want to celebrate the birth of our child, what do we do?
The birth of who?
Our child. Like my child was
well,
born
I'm gonna
December
say,
27th.
yeah. So there's no more celebrating. Let me read you.
So I'm saying, how do we celebrate it though? How do we celebrate that person?
So So celebrate
The fact that they came to this earth.
self gratification is idolatry. You're not supposed to be worshiping yourself. If anything, you're supposed to be worshiping God. So I'm gonna read this.
So, okay. I
So
understand
if
what
you
you're
want
saying.
to, so there's nothing wrong with giving your child gifts. There's nothing wrong with
To say,
right? You can give your child gifts. You can shower them with gifts.
so
You know,
if I say, I'm giving you this gift the day you were born, is that wrong?
well, it's a curse for
That's why I'm asking to you clarify that part, because I'm not getting
Okay,
this.
so I'm
getting.
gonna read this.
I'm thinking just the fact that just with all the extra that come with it, the balloons and the parties and all that, I'm not understanding what's the problem. My child was asking, she did come out of my vagina on December 27, 2021. So if I tell her that's the day she came out, what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with
And
it.
giving her a gift on that day. I give a gift every day, but on that particular day, let's make it a special day for her. Not going on, oh, happy birthday. I said, Faith, it's your birthday, but hey, Faith, it's the day you were born, so I wanted to give you this necklace. It's a big reason behind me significantly paying attention to my daughter's birthday. She was born on the day my mother died, that she left us her. She was born the day my mom left the earth. Not the same year, but the same month and day. So for me so a lot of stories coming first, especially her first birthday. The thing I have a plan, a pendant I'm getting her with my mom's. She has my mom's middle name. I'm giving her my mom. I gave her my mother's middle name. I'm tired. So I want to give her a necklace with my mama's middle name on it because that's her middle name, my baby's middle name, and she was born the day my mama passed away and left her. So that would be wrong.
Yeah, anything if you're doing it for a birthday, because birthdays didn't come about.
So how we identify birthdays? The day we were born.
Right.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
I'm not against anything. I just want to know, but I can clarify if I'm doing something wrong. It might sound because I am tired. I'm not pushing if I am tired.
Yeah, so I'm gonna read this. This is the book of.
And I don't mean any harm. If I came off rude, I
You
apologize.
need to know the truth because this is the truth. How a lot of people got into idolatry and giving in the birthday because it wasn't until worshiping Herod and Nimrod when we got into all of this idolatry.
Yeah.
So this is the book of Matthew, chapter 14, and verse 5. I'm start at verse 4. Man,
Let's
it
give
says,
it
for
away.
John said unto him, it is not lawful for thee to have her. And when we would have put him to death, he feared the multitude because they counted him as a prophet. But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased Herod. So you had Herodias, his daughter, was dancing in front of him.
Like a stripper.
It could have been, but it didn't say stripper, but
Something
she was
like
dancing.
Exactly.
On his birthday. This is what he wanted on his birthday. So then I'm gonna read the story, but then he's gonna say, okay, so you dance in front of me. What you want? Like you know how some guys like they be like, yeah, it's my birthday, but they might ask the girl like, what you want to do? But Herod is gonna ask the girl, what do you want? It's my birthday, but what you want? It says, well, when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before him and pleased Herod. Whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. And she, being before instructed of her mother, said, give me here John Baptist's head in the charger. So she said, I want Jesus' brother, I want his head in the charger. She said, I want Jesus' brother, I want his head in a charger. Is like a little box. She said, I want his head in the charger. Right? He said, and the king was sorry. Nevertheless, for the oath's sake, for when he said, I'll give you whatever you want, he said, for the oath's sake, and them which sat with him and meat, he commanded it to be given her. Right?
So they killed the innocent man first.
It says, and he said, and beheaded John in the prison. And his head was brought in a charger and given to the damsel, and she brought it to her mother. And his disciples came and took up the body and buried it and went and told Jesus. When Jesus heard of it, he departed thence by ship into a desert place apart. And when the people had heard thereof, they followed him on foot out of the city. So, stuff like that, if you know that, if you read this account and you see that they killed Jesus' brother because of a birthday, why would you even continue it? I'm going to read this. This is the book of Job.
It's like, I got it.
So this is what we never celebrate birthdays. Birthdays came from, everything came from the Bible. But when we celebrated these things, we became, that's why you read about Gentiles in the Bible. You got two types of Gentiles. You got spiritual Gentiles, you got natural Gentiles. Natural Gentiles are these other nations or heathens. Spiritual Gentiles were us calling ourselves Greeks, just like we call ourselves Americans today. We're not Americans, right? So you got to understand these are two types of Gentiles. When we became Gentiles when we practiced the fashions and the languages and the cultures of these other nations. The book of Job in chapter 1 and verse 4, it says, and his sons went and feasted in their houses, everyone on his day. His day is his birthday. It says, and sent and called for their three sisters to eat and to drink with them. And it was so when the days of their feastings were going about that Job sent and sanctified them and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them called. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. So Job is saying that, man, you know, my kids, they sin because they celebrate, you know what I'm saying, my birthday. So if Job said, man, don't celebrate my birthday, Jeremiah, the book of Jeremiah said, cursed be the day when I was born. Let me bring that up. Jeremiah said, hey, cursed be the day.
Well, I mean, now that you explain it to me, I see that. Now it took me to understand. You ain't got. Now I'm not trying to be funny, and I know this will be a documentary. I mean, that's a documentary. Lord forgive me. That's not what I meant to say. For your YouTube channel, for edification. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. It just came out like that. That's not what I meant. So I'm just trying to bear and sit here and listen to everything you're saying, and I got you. I just don't want to leave without completing this, which is I want to hear everything that's going to be talking.